morning, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Dr. Iyabo. I'm talking from Atlanta, Georgia. Like we call it, it's hot Atlanta because you can see it's really sunny out here and it's hot. It's not even as hot as it's going to get. This weekend, I think we're going to like 91 to 93. It's probably still in the 80s now, but it's lovely. I'm getting my vitamin D. I'm speaking outside, and it's just nice to be in nature, as we all know. My name is Dr. Iyabo. Like I said, I'm an author. My book Permanent Happiness is on Amazon. I'm a board certified pediatrician and a practice owner, which makes me a physician entrepreneur, which I'm trying to convert all doctors to be. I'm also a speaker, like I'm doing now. I'm a life coach for women. I empower women to live their very, very best lives, guilt-free and fear-free. I'm on the board of Flow Health, and I'm also a lifestyle blogger. So that's me in a nutshell. And I'm married to my honey Neil, and I have 2 daughters and 2 stepsons. So I'm coming on today to talk about a very important topic, and once I get too hot I'm going to start walking around. But I'm coming to talk about a very important topic, which is sexual compatibility in married couples. As we know, there's a lot of cheating that goes on in relationships. I'm walking into the shade a bit. That goes on in relationships, and I get messages every single day from young women. There's no one day that I don't get an email or DM from a young lady, and I describe young lady as somebody in their early 20s to about 40s. That's the age group. The peak age being about mid-30s. That's the most common age that I get messages from, and it's because of either they are wondering about financial freedom or financial independence, or they're having some kind of problem in their marriage. And I know it's multifactorial. There's many things that could be going on in a marriage, but I find that as the years go by, cheating, and it happens in both men and women, but I usually hear about men whose eyes are, wandering, and they start to cheat on their wives. And I've been thinking a lot, and as you know, I'm a ponderer. I've been pondering a lot about sexual compatibility and what it means, because I saw a post on Instagram, I think it was last week, on my friend's page, and the page was about that women should remember to pray for sexual compatibility. Single women who are not yet married should remember to pray for sexual compatibility, so that they'll meet a man that they're sexually compatible with. And that has gotten me thinking for a while. And I also went to a ladies' conference, I believe it was last year, that my friend Remy did at Grace to Parents, and there was a pediatrician colleague of mine there who I admire so much, and she really gave it to us clearly about sexual compatibility and how married women sometimes cause their own problems by not being receptive to their husbands when they want sex. And I know this is a very private topic, it's a dreaded topic, but you know me, I will say it as it is, and I will talk about it because it's facts and it is true. But it has got me thinking for a while. I've been holding off on doing this video. I was going to do it as a post, and then I thought, no, a video would be better. And a post, I don't even want to really post this on Instagram, so it's going to be on my YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, you need to, because I'm going to start doing more videos, and not all of them will be on my Instagram, because I want to make sure I'm talking about every lifestyle issue to help young women, so that before you get to middle age, like my age, you've gotten a lot of things squared out, and you can have the beautiful, lovely, peaceful, fulfilling life that you desire for yourself and that I honestly desire for you. So I want to talk to single and married women separately. Married women, I know that I just got remarried. I know that I was divorced for 10 years. I just got remarried, but I've learned a lot to help my marriage right now. And even when I was praying for a partner, you guys know I've posted many things. I told you how I wrote letters to God. I didn't specifically ask for sexual compatibility. I did not. I wasn't thinking like that then. But I did ask God to bring me a man that I would be very physically attracted to. So I told him I like tall men, and it's just the truth. I'm not going to compromise at my age. It's like, why? So I asked God, I said, please bring me a tall, lean man, because I like my men tall and lean. I have nothing against muscular guys, but it's just not my thing. It's not very attractive or sexually attractive to me. I don't like the big biceps and stuff. So I told God, I said, please bring me a nice, tall, lean man. And he did. My husband's tall and he's lean, and I'm very physically attracted to him as well as emotionally attracted to him. We're best friends. We talk about everything. It's just, I prayed for him and I took my time. It took me 10 years to get remarried, and God brought me what I asked for. So that's why that post really resonated with me. That post that said, women have to learn how to pray for sexual compatibility. And I so agree with it. So anyway, I'm talking to married women now. So married women, you've seen my post recently. I know the pandemic is getting to us. I understand that there's a lot of financial insecurity. Jobs have been lost. Kids are staying home. They're not staying home. All that is going on. But one truth of life is there will always be one life stressor or the other. If it's not a pandemic, it may be a war, it may be whatever. God never said that life was going to be rosy and sunshiny and easy breezy. He said there will be difficult times in life, but trust in me, I will give you peace. So, the pandemic is going on, yeah, but for me, it's just another thing. It hasn't made me lose my focus, my faith, and my trust in my Heavenly Father. So, guys, many people are putting their lives on hold. When the pandemic is over, when it's over, after the pandemic, do you know what else is coming? You don't know. So live in the moment and enjoy your life. So married women, the point I'm coming to is don't let yourselves go. There's a lot of married women I see, after a few years, they're so overwhelmed with raising the kids and cooking and shopping and cleaning the house and blah, 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 going to what you forget to take care of yourself. You still have to dress up and look yummy, like my friend Dr. Adeyemi said. Your husband still wants you to look yummy. Don't get bogged down with life. And that's why I always tell people that, yes, our kids are very important to us, but at some point your kids are going to grow up and leave home. You cannot make that your entire life investment. I'm not trying to be selfish. It's not about selfishness. I raised 2 daughters on my own, but I still had time for myself. God said we should raise our daughters, lead them in the right direction so that they can then be independent and do their things. You cannot raise perfect kids. Some of you, I think, you get bogged down with the fact that you want your kids to be perfect. Then you lose your own loveliness. You still have a life. You still want to be lovely for your husband. I'm not trying to give men a pass and say men cheat because their because their wives don't take care of themselves. But if you followed me long enough, you know my perspective with life. I don't point fingers. I look within. I take responsibility for my own life. If I was the type that blamed everybody for everything, the government is doing this, there's racism, my ex is doing this, my husband is doing this happened to me. I'm sorry, I've never ever, I was raised not to feel like a victim. I always look within, and that's why people look at me and they're like, oh, she looks young, because I don't point fingers. The most stressful thing you can do to make yourself stressed out is to blame other people for whatever is going on in your life. That's the most stressful, the way you bring, instant stress into your lives. Look within and stop blaming everybody else for your problems. Just deal with it yourself and talk to God. He's the problem solver. God is my own problem solver. I don't look to the government or friends or kids or husband or this to, so I look within and I ask God, and it brings me peace. So you guys who get stressed out and blame everybody for everything, so married women, take care of yourselves, ask for help. You cannot raise those kids by yourself. When I was a single mom, I had every helper you can think of. I had a cleaner who came in regularly. I had college students that I paid who drove my kids to school and drove them to activities. They helped with housework. They helped me with all sorts of things. And I had time for myself. It's an investment. Well, yeah, that's why you should be an entrepreneur, so that you'll have extra money left over to do these things. So you have to ask for help. You cannot be the mother, the cleaner, the cook, the driver, the chef. Some of you are overstretching yourselves. Like my friend Toyin posted on her page, Dr. Dr. Falusi, she talked about a post that is going around social media, and I haven't even seen the post. I was going to ask her for it, about a black woman with an image about, like, black women are strong and they do this. And I loved her video, because sometimes we want to be overly strong and overly independent and do everything on our own. And then we miss out on the joys and the loveliness of life, and we forget how to be lovely and sexy. I love feeling lovely and sexy for my husband. I do. Today is Saturday. I took a shower. I put my makeup on. Look, you'll think I'm going out somewhere. And because I have my whole family here today. My stepsons are here. We're expecting my older daughter to stop by also. And I just wanted to feel nice and lovely, because yes, that's God made me fearfully and wonderfully. So some of you women, you've gained a lot of weight. I'm not trying to talk down overweight or obesity, but it's not healthy anyway. Some of you have let yourselves go. You don't exercise. You don't put makeup on anymore. Your braids are, 6 months old. You don't wear nice sexy perfume anymore. You need to get up and start dressing yummy and beautiful again. You need to do it for your own self-esteem and confidence, and for you to start feeling sexy again, so that you'll want to have sex with your husband. Some of you don't even feel sexy anymore. That's why you don't want to have sex. So married women, take care of yourselves and stop refusing your husband sex. That conference that I went to, that my pediatrician friend was telling us, she gave a talk and she said she cannot remember ever saying no to her husband. And a lot of us were like, oh, that's unrealistic. What if he wants sex every day? And she was like, yeah, even if he wants it every day, we do it. And I don't say no. Even when I'm really, really tired, I still make sure I don't refuse him, and I say, and I enjoy it with him. And I understand where she's coming from. I do. But a lot of women are so tired at the end of the day, because they're living their lives solely for their kids and for everybody else. Your kids will be fine. Let me tell you something. My mom wasn't around 24/7 when she was raising me. She went to her shops, she did her business, she socialized with her older sister, they went out to parties all the time. I spent a lot of time at home with house helps and with my granny, with my grandmother, and I'm fine, because I knew my parents loved me unconditionally. Some of you are trying to raise perfect kids. Let me tell you something. I'm 50 years old. I have a 16 and a 22-year-old daughter. Your kids are going to grow up into who they want to grow up to, no matter how much. Of course, you have to live as a good example. You have to pray on their lives, but they're not going to be perfect, because nobody is perfect. Only God is perfect. So enjoy your own life. Get a cook, get a chef, get a driver. Delegate some of your work, and some of it is going to be paid. Again, us women, we like free service. If it's not free, we don't want it. You have to pay. You have to pay for these things. You have to, and that's why you need to start looking for financial freedom. And that's why my conference is going to focus on financial freedom and financial independence. Your husband can do it all. You need to have your own thing. So married women, please take care of yourselves. Number one, don't let yourselves go. Ask for help. Delegate help to people, so that you will have time for yourself and you can feel lovely and sexy again. And you know. Just don't stop saying no when your husband comes to you and he's trying to be sexy and touching you and you know he wants sex. Don't start being your grumpy, complaining self and saying, oh, but you didn't empty the trash and you never help at home and you never get somebody to help you with the trash and get somebody to cook and all that so that you can. I know this topic, I'm simplifying it, but I don't have enough time to talk about, but you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. A lot of women get overwhelmed with kids and other stuff and they neglect their loveliness and their marriage. So that's very important. And no man wants you to be grumpy. Men want peace of mind also. We forget that. As much as we women want peace of mind, we forget that men also want a kind, nice, loving, patient, good, and peace-loving woman. They don't want you to complain about every little thing and fight and be critical all the time. Look at your husband and praise him and tell him he looks sexy. Tell him what you love about him. Spontaneously just start giving him a back rub or shoulder massage or something. You know, cuddle up on the sofa together, watch Netflix together on the sofa. Just do, you know, lovely things. You don't have to always be complaining. If you need to complain and chat and talk about life, call a girlfriend, call your best friend. You know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be your husband's best friend, but sometimes men also have a lot on their minds. They're thinking of money, they're thinking of their own self-esteem, of their parents, they're thinking of all sorts of things. And if you just want to dump on them as a woman, they too get overwhelmed. They want a woman that will bring them peace. So if you are the grumpy married woman, please stop. Remember, Dr. Iyabo is telling you, stop being grumpy. You'll see the change in your life. If you've been grumpy to your husband today, change it. Do your hair nicely, put your makeup on, sit beside him and just start smiling or rubbing his hand or rubbing his shoulders. Just be nice and see how he will respond. You will be surprised. Nobody wants a grumpy wife at home. Nobody. So I know that men also have their own role to play. They have their own improvements to make. But right now, women, let's look within and just talk about ourselves. So to be sexually compatible with your husband, married women, you need to take care of yourselves. You need to start looking sexy, lovely, and you need to be not grumpy. You need to be nice and kind and just have peace in your home and stop complaining about every little thing and stop discussing money at every little turn. Men are already stressed out about money. So just reassure them and say, you know what, this pandemic will be fine. We'll manage on what we have. Don't worry about it. We'll be okay. Don't list all the things they're not doing and everything that they, you know, just be nice. Live by the fruit of the Spirit. You know, that's my anthem. Go and look up the 9 fruits of the Spirit and do all of those 9 things for your husband and come back and tell me how your marriage has changed. Okay. And then single women, you still have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to do it right. So when you're writing your list, when you're praying to God, ask God to bring you a man that you're sexually compatible with. Now I see that it's a good thing to ask for. So you need to say, God, please bring me a man that I'll be really physically attracted to and who will be very physically attracted to me. A man that will look at each other and will just want to, you know, jump into bed. It's fine to think that. Sex is nothing bad as long as you're married and you're not cheating and sleeping around. It's a sacred act for a married man and woman. So yeah, so pray to God and say a man that I'll be really attracted to and who will be really attracted to me and will want to just, you know, not stop touching each other. Add it to your list. Now I see that that's important. And then start learning how to take care of yourself from when you're single. Start planning on financial freedom so you won't have to bog your husband down with everything about money. You have to have some income. Men do not want parasitic women either. They like women who have something going for themselves and who will contribute to the household. If you have a man who just wants you not to do anything or be productive, then maybe he has an ego or self-esteem problem. Be careful about those men who just want housewives. I'm not saying housewives are bad, but if you want to be a housewife by yourself, that has to be your intention. It has to be your desire. Don't be a housewife because your husband wants you to stay put doing nothing. That's probably a man who has a self-esteem problem. If you want to be a homemaker, I've told you on many videos, that's fine. I don't advocate for it. I don't think any woman should sit down and have nothing going for them. But if that's what you want, I respect it. But make sure it's your desire and it's not a man forcing you to stay home. So men like women who have a mission and a hope and a passion in life. They like women who have something going on for themselves, not a woman who, when they get back from work, all she talks about is the kids and there's nothing going on in her life. You need to have a purpose in life. So single women, you still have the opportunity to do it right. Talk to God about what you want. Pray for the man of your dreams and know why you want those things. It's not just, I want this, I want that. I wanted a nice, tall, sexy man because I wanted a man who I could feel very physically attracted to and want to just, get busy with all the time. Yeah, and I like masculine men because I'm a very feminine woman. So, and height for me translates to masculinity, but that's my thing. It may not be your thing. So know what your thing is, ask God for it, and be patient and work on yourself while you're single. Your career, your passions, a way for you to build a business, be financially independent and feel financially free so you're not so grumpy and not so worried about money when you get married. And you guys can be true partners and not stress about money. And so you'll also have money to hire babysitters or nannies or cooks, drivers, people that you can pay to help your life a little easier so you can go out and exercise, take walks, connect with nature, read books, write, blog, podcast, all of those things. You need to have money to do them, and your husband can provide all of that to you. And just learn how to be at peace, to love yourself so you can really love your husband. And when you're dating these guys, you keep your senses acute. Like I've said many times, a guy will show you exactly who he is while you're dating him. But if you refuse to accept it and you think he'll change when you get married, then there you go, that was your fault. So if you meet a man who likes going to parties and is very social, is an extrovert, can't sit still, is restless, want to go to this party and that party and that party, and you are the homebody kind of person and you marry him, that's already disaster happening. Yeah, so we see these things when we're dating, but we still go into it and then we start having problems. I couldn't date somebody like that who loves partying and going out every second and being overly social, because I'm not a very party person. I'm not an overly social person. I like being home. So that was one of the traits I looked for in a man. I met many men who I could tell were very restless. They want to go fishing, they want to go to the lake, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I'm like, okay, this guy is going to tire me out. So I looked for somebody, I waited, I was patient for somebody who was calm and not restless and who liked being home and liked family time. So there's many personalities I can talk about. I can go on and on and on. But when we're dating these guys, we know exactly how they are, but we still go into it. My first marriage was the same, yeah. I can say it openly now. People told me that, my ex was extremely close to his mother and his mother was extremely close to him. And that may be a problem for me because she may be, very involved in our marriage, and I refuse to listen. Many people, even his own dad said it. May his soul rest in peace. His own dad told my parents, that these two are very close to each other. My son and his mom are inseparable, and that's going to be a problem for Iyabo. His dad told my parents, and my parents told me, and I'm like, oh, whatever, we're going to be living in England, she's not going to be in our lives, whatever. Well, lo and behold, boom, 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 after we got married, there it started. Yes, the mother-son, inseparable, relationship that tore my marriage apart eventually, because I felt like I was married to two people. So the signs are always there, but we just still go into it. So single women, ask trusted people, ask me, ask your parents, ask people that you trust. If you're not sure, I didn't say go and start asking 10 friends. Some of you are too indecisive. You don't have to ask 10 people. Look for one or two trusted people in your life. Give them the scenario and say, this guy is giving me some doubts. What do you think? Come to me and I'll help you, or go to somebody that you trust and get the opinion and listen. There's many fish in the sea. Don't go into a relationship that you're going to regret later on. So sexual compatibility is very important. When we all get married, we want to have a healthy sex life. If you married somebody who's outgoing and you are not, and you start clashing with personalities and you start fighting, there goes your sex life. Fighting in relationships is not compatible with sex. Once you start fighting and batting heads all the time, your sex life is going to suffer, And then women, we need to take care of ourselves. We cannot keep refusing our husband sex because of our own self-esteem and our exhaustion. Some of us are just way too exhausted because we want to do everything perfectly. You need to drop that perfection lifestyle and I'm a strong black woman lifestyle. Yes, it's good to be strong, but you also have to delegate. You can't do everything. You cannot. Some of you are entrepreneurs. You're a one-man, one-woman business. You don't want to hire people because you want all the profit. You have 3 or 4 kids. You are the one cooking 3 meals. You are the one going grocery shopping, driving your kids to activities. That was pre-COVID. How are you not going to be exhausted? How are you not going to gain weight? You're not even going to have time to plan healthy meals. You're going to be eating on the go and getting exhausted. I know I'm talking to some of you out there today. I'm sure as you're listening to this video, you're saying that is me. So this is your wake-up call. You have to delegate some of those things. Yes, you may not have much money left behind. That bag you want to buy, those shoes, that dress you want to buy, use it to hire a babysitter instead, okay? There's many college students you can pay $10 to $15 an hour that will help you. And those of you in Nigeria, you guys even have more help than we do. You do. You can't do everything on your own. Get up, feel sexy, love your husbands, have sex with them, stop denying them sex. And you single ladies, you've heard all my advice. Put it into practice. Okay, I've had enough vitamin D for this morning. I will stop the video here and I will see you soon. Again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing more and more videos and they won't all be on my Instagram or Facebook. So make sure you don't miss any of my vital lifestyle videos. And also make sure you sign up for my conference. Ladies are still signing up. It's on the 29th. We're counting down. Invest in yourself and do better in your life and learn how to be financially free and to live a purpose-driven life, okay? And tomorrow, join us on my first Tea Time with Dr. Iyabo series with Ekene. Go to my page on Instagram and get all the deets. And make sure you put your notifications on because the next Tea Time series person is also going to be epic, just like Ekene. I'm going to be I'll try to do it every other Sunday, not every Sunday, so I can rest. Of course, I just talked about self-care, even though all these things are not like work to me because I really just enjoy what I'm doing. Like now I'm walking in nature, listening to the birds, talking to you. I can hear some kids in the background a few houses back. I think they're in their pool because I can hear them screaming and running around. So for me, this is pleasure. It's not tasking. It feels good. So look for your passion so that even when you're doing it, it doesn't seem like you're working. Okay, I've chatted with you for 30 minutes. I hope this video was helpful. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, DM me on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram. So DM me on Instagram and I'll be glad to do it on a video soon. Take care, guys. God bless you all. And I hope your sex life and your relationships improve. Your sex life to the married women, though, that's who I'm referring to. And single women, I hope you find the man of your dreams. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.